The Palo Alto Networks Certified Network Security Engineer (PCNSE) is one of the popular Palo Alto Networks certification exams, which recognizes candidates with in-depth knowledge and abilities to design, install, configure, maintain and troubleshoot the vast majority of implementations based on the Palo Alto Networks platform. To prepare for the PCNSE exam well, candidates are highly recommended to choose the most updated PCNSE dumps questions of DumpsBase. The updated Palo Alto Networks PCNSE dumps questions offered by DumpsBase would be the excellent study materials online to read, then finally pass Palo Alto Networks Certified Network Security Engineer (PCNSE) exam successfully. This video shares free demo of updated PCNSE dumps questions to check why we recommend. Question number 1. Which statement accurately describes service routes and virtual systems? A. Virtual systems can only use one interface for all global service and service routes of the firewall. B. The interface must be used for traffic to the required external services. C. Virtual systems that do not have specific service routes configured inherit the global service and service route settings for the firewall. D. Virtual systems cannot have dedicated service routes configured, and virtual systems always use the global service and service route settings for the firewall. Answer A. Question no. 2. How can packet butter protection be configured? A. At ME device level, globally to protect firewall resources and ingress zones, but not at the zone level. B. At the device level, globally, and it enabled globally, at the zone level. C. At the interlace level to protect firewall resources. D. At zone level to protect firewall resources and ingress zones but not at the device level. Answer D. Question no. 3. The manager of the network security team has asked you to help configure the company's security profiles according to Palo Alto Networks best practice. As part of that effort, the manager has assigned you the vulnerability protection profile for the Internet Gateway Firewall. Which action and packet capture setting for items of high severity and critical severity best matches Palo Alto Networks best practice? A. Action, reset both, and packet capture, extended capture. B. Action, default, and packet capture, single packet. C. Action, reset both, and packet capture, single packet. D. Action, reset server, and packet capture, disable. Answer D. Question no. 4. When you import the configuration of an HA pair into Panorama, how do you prevent the import from affecting ongoing traffic? A. Disable HA. B. Disable the HA2 link. C. Disable config sync. D. Set the passive link state to shutdown. Answer C. Question no. 5. Which configuration task is best for reducing load on the management plane? A. Disable logging on the default deny rule. B. Enable session logging at start. C. Disable predefined reports. D. Set the URL filtering action to send alerts. Answer. A. Question No. 6. Which two statements are true for the DNS security service? Choose two. A. It eliminates the need for dynamic DNS updates. B. It functions like PAN-DB and requires activation through the app portal. C. It removes the 100 kelvins limit for DNS entries for the downloaded DNS updates. D. It is automatically enabled and configured. Answer. A, B. Question number 7. An administrator has 750 firewalls. The administrator's central management panorama instance deploys dynamic updates to the firewalls. The administrator notices that the dynamic updates from Panorama do not appear on some of the firewalls. If Panorama pushes the configuration of a dynamic update schedule to managed firewalls, but the configuration does not appear, what is the root cause? A. Panorama has no connection to Palo Alto Networks update servers. B. Panorama does not have valid licenses to push the dynamic updates. C. No service route is configured on the firewalls to Palo Alto Networks update servers. D. Locally defined dynamic update settings take precedence over the settings that Panorama pushed. Answer. D. Question number 8. An engineer is creating a security policy based on dynamic user groups, DUG. What benefit does this provide? A. Automatically include users as members without having to manually create and commit policy or group changes. B. DUGs are used to only allow administrators access to the management interface on the Palo Alto Networks firewall. C. It enables the functionality to decrypt traffic and scan for malicious behavior for user ID-based policies. D. Schedule commits at irregular intervals to update the DUG with new users matching the tags specified. Answer. A. Question number 9. A standalone firewall with local objects and policies needs to be migrated into Panorama. What procedure should you use so Panorama is fully managing the firewall? A. Use the import Panorama configuration snapshot operation. Then perform a device group commit push with include device and network templates. B. Use the import device configuration to Panorama operation. Then export or push device config bundle to push the configuration. C. Use the import Panorama configuration snapshot operation. Then export or push device config bundle to push the configuration. D. Use the import device configuration to Panorama operation. Then perform a device group commit push with include device and network templates. Answer. B. Question No. 10. Which value in the application column indicates UDP traffic that did not match an app ID signature? A. Not applicable. B. Incomplete. C. Unknown IP. D. Unknown UDP. Answer: D.